Welcome to the show and our ANZ Championship wrap, where the Southern Steel were on the right side of a mixed bag of results for the New Zealand franchises over the weekend. By beating the Thunderbirds, they secured their first ever win on Aussie soil. Elsewhere, the Pulse couldn't emulate that effort as they remain winless across the Tasman after a very lacklustre display. The Tactics couldn't repeat their giant-killing efforts of the week before or anything close. Same goes for the Mystics, falling short of the standards set in the previous round. The Magic, however, just seemed to get better. Despite a faltering start, they pulled away from the fever and never looked under threat thereafter. Time now to hear from Steel Vice-Captain Wendy Frew on what that win means to the team and to their prospects in the competition. Well, Wendy, remind us, how long's it been for this much awaited for you personally, victory in Australia?
Yeah, it's been far too long, I was pretty excited after the game yesterday, and I think it's been 7 seasons. I've probably had 6 seasons contributing to that, so long time coming.
Do you think the young people in the team realise the significance of the victory?
I don't know, I hope they do. I sort of tried to let them know how important it was after we won, and I think everyone was pretty rapt, but for the ones who have been around a bit longer and who haven't been able to do it, it was certainly very exciting for us ones.
And you did it in style, got a reasonably early lead and hung on the whole way through.
Yeah, we did hang on the whole way through, but it was certainly tight, and there wasn't many times out there that you knew that you'd won the game. For us, we had to make sure we kept the lead, but a good team like that at home are always going to come back, so it got within a few goals here and there, which was a bit nerve-wracking, but just to come through and to win the game was a fantastic effort by all the girls, and not just all the girls on the court, all the ones on the bench and the management team too.
You do know, don't you, those top teams are never going to let it go, especially at home, and you had enough buffer though, didn't you? So when they kept coming back, you could keep repelling them.
Yeah, we sort of had enough buffer, but we got within, I think, 2 or 3, and then we'd get it back out to 4 or 5, and then they'd come back. So we certainly knew we had to work hard, and probably wasn't for I think there's about a minute 20 to go, and I knew we had it right by 4, but that's probably the only time in the game that I knew we'd actually nailed it out there.
You've had a few practices this season though with those last quarter nerves and getting better to deal with them.
Yeah, well, finally we just kept their composure and looked like the level-headed ones out there, and for us it was huge, and it's a huge confidence booster carrying on this competition to beat 2 Aussie teams in a row, but at the same time we've still got a lot more hard work ahead of us and can't get too ahead of ourselves.
You mentioned a good point, this stigma about New Zealand teams beating Australia. It's gone out the window this year, isn't it?
Yeah, well, thank gosh. I think the Aussie teams will be pretty gutted, but it's a great result for Kiwi teams, and we just want to be challenging them over there, and especially to run over there. We just went about our business and had a fantastic result. So for us, yeah, as I said, long time coming, but fantastic feeling.
When you look back over those first 3 weeks, I know you'd like to replay those games, but considering how close you got to the Magic and what they've done since?
Yeah, the Magic are going fantastic. They'll be chuffed with how they're getting on. But yeah, for us, we're a little gutted. We started, pretty slow out of the blocks. 3-0 wasn't too good. Turning up at training after that, but that's how it goes. It's a very tough competition, and we've just got to build from here, and still learn from those 3 losses and make sure we don't put ourselves in that situation again.
And what's helping, of course, is everyone is beating everyone, Magic aside, so that opens the door in those at least 3 of the 4 spots.
Yeah, it's all about who's beating who, and we're looking at that already, and it's only, round 5, so we've just got to go about our own business, and hopefully a few teams knock each other out, so it sets us up nicely.
What aspect do you think of the whole game has improved in these last couple of weeks?
I think just better composure. Our turnout rates come a lot down, so we've been really working hard on ball placement and just not giving easy turnovers to the other team. So we've certainly improved in that, and our stats have been a lot better. Just a bit more passion out there, a bit more drive for that loose ball, and a bit more hustle. And I'm pretty happy with how the D's going. We're getting better unit out there, so we just need to continue and get more ball for the attacking end.
If you look at your game, a couple of passes went in straight, but boy, some very timely tips. One at the end, you must have been very stoked with that.
Yeah, a couple of shockers from me. I had to put my hand up for them, but it was a good game. Everyone played well, and it's nice to get a few touches, but it was just a huge team effort for us. Everyone stepped up at the right times, and that's all you can ask for.
But it's the timing of those tips and intercepts, isn't it? It can make a big difference to the morale of the side, especially late as you perform.
Yeah, I guess so. It lifts the girls at a tight situation. If you can get a few touches, it's good, and especially if you score off them, which we're lucky enough to do. So you just want to keep improving my own game and keep coming out and playing better each week.
I think I've been asked by about 30 people is why the defensive end keeps changing personnel when they succeed, but I think that's just healthy competition, and I think it may be an injury here or two.
Yeah, there's 4 really good Ds in our team, and they all bring different aspects, to the game. So pretty hard for the coaching staff, but obviously having Rachel on the weekend was a big loss for us. She's an experienced head in there, but the young girls stepped up good. So keep the competition going, and it's going to make the team a lot better.
And a mid-court that's really clicking now, we think, feeding well and communicating well.
Yeah, we've been working hard trying to improve on the little areas that we weren't doing so well the first 3 games. So just trying to build from that and get those good links in the middle and set it up nicely for the attacking end. So certainly improved, but there's still areas that we want to get better at too.
So getting ready for the Mystics. They've just had a loss. They'll be smarting after looking to regain some form recently.
Yeah, they're a great side, and we know it's not going to be an easy game. No week is an easy game, so they're going to come out firing, and they're ready to have a complete performance for that 60 minutes. So I'm hoping it's not this weekend, but it'll be a nice challenge for us if it is.
But mentally, the girls be as upbeat as they have been all year, I suspect now.
Yeah, feeling's really good, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. 2 good wins, but we've also lost 3, so we need to keep building and get the wins on the board.
We've done the maths. I think you can afford to lose 4 and still make it. Sometimes 5, but there's not a lot of breathing space this year in particular.
Yeah, I think this year will be pretty tight. Hopefully, you can squeeze in with a 5 loss or something. But as we know, we've already got 3, so every game's tough for us from here on in.
You win them all, you're in.
Yeah, fantastic. That'd be the ideal result. Let's hope we can do it.
So no change at the top of the table, with the Magic looking a good shot for finals action even this far out, with the Swifts also looking odds on for the knockout action. Realistically, only 5 teams are now fighting for 2 spots, with the Steel stocks on the rise and the Pulse on the decline, though they do stay just ahead of the Southern franchise on the goal differential. The Firebirds have displaced the Thunderbirds in the top 4 under the same calculation. The Tactics and Swift have the bye next week. In such a short competition, you have to wonder if that's necessary. Key battles in round 6 see the Steel host the Mystics and the Magic at home to the Pulse.